Hello.
afternoon. We start with team news, please. Particularly John Terry. Is he likely to be back this game?
I don't know. I don't want to say that it's impossible that he plays because maybe he plays and then you will say that I was hiding. I'm not hiding. Today he didn't train, but we have a little hope that is possible.
What's the importance of his leadership and experience and everything that he brings in a game of this kind of intensity and importance?
It's important, but to be fair, I have completely trust in Cahill and Zuma. That's why in a fundamental match for us last Tuesday, I left Zuma out after good performances he was having to play Gary and to show Gary that confidence. So they are ready. I'm not saying Djilaboji is ready because he didn't have chances to play. Is a different situation. But Zoom and Gary, they are both ready. And if John doesn't play, we go with Zoom and Gary.
Anyone else out or possibly out?
Ramirez, but it's the same situation as John. I don't know. Let's wait and see. Falcao is still in recovery, and Courtois, as you know, is training with the team, but not playing Sunday.
Is Thibaut making good progress?
Yeah, very good.
Do you know, is it more likely to be nearer the start of December than the end? I know you gave us that wide bracket.
I would go for the first 15 days.
Okay. That's good news.
Yeah.
In terms of the game this weekend, what are your thoughts on Tottenham and the way they've gone unbeaten since the opening day of the Premier League?
Look, when I watch them play, it's not a surprise for me. If they tell, I never listen that, but if they tell players or manager, if they tell they are fighting for the title, I would not laugh. I would accept it because the team is very good. The team is very good. Manager is good, players are good stability, playing well. I think really a very good team.
In terms of the title race, are Leicester genuine title contenders at this stage? Are people having their say on that? How do you feel about them right now?
Look, I don't know what can happen until the end of the season, but it doesn't matter what. To be there in November, probably December, is not the same as to be there after 3 or 4 matches. After 3 or 4 matches in August, September, you can have anyone there. But after almost half of the season, to be there is already an amazing achievement. Can they fight for the title? I think they can, if every one of the traditional candidates do it so bad that they can stay there until the end of the season. But the reality is that they are doing amazingly well, and doesn't matter what, I keep them as a team, squad, players, manager to respect.
Are you cautious about saying that you guys are in the title race still because of where you are, or is it important that your mentality is that while it's still mathematically possible, you still fight for it?
Well, I prefer to say that we have to play every match as we are fighting for the title. I prefer to go in that direction, but the reality is that we need points the same way we needed last season when we were top of the table and almost champion and fighting to be champion. In this moment, we are far from even the European positions, and we have to play every game with ambition, with determination, because every point in the end of the season can make a difference. We lost so many points already that now we have to fight for every point even more.
With January coming up and the transfer window in mind, I know last week you said that you wouldn't go to the board and ask them to sign anyone. Are they proactively coming to you and asking you if you want or need anything? Is that going on behind the scenes?
Look, we are in November and we are all focused on do our job the best we can. We are not speaking about players, about buying, about spending. We are just thinking about what we can do now. And now the only thing we can do until the last day in December is to try to get the maximum points possible and try to arrive in the end of December, half season played, and try to be in a position where we can smell the top part of the league, and we can believe that in the second part of the season we will be able to reach the top positions.
What do you say about the stories this week linking you with players from the likes of Jamie Vardy to Harry Kane?
Yeah, no, this is stories that start in the 1st of September when the market closes, and stories that are going to be more and more and more when the 1st of January is getting closer.
Are you ruling those transfers out?
Hmm?
Are you ruling that out? You don't want those players?
No, I know which players are possible, I know which players are impossible, but I also know what I told you, which is the true, which is I will not ask players to the boards, and I will try to do my job the best I can and try to get the best results with the players we have.
And do you have the opinion that it's very, very difficult in this January window to sign top quality players?
Depends on the club's intentions, depends of the club's needs, depends on many factors. But to be fair, I'm not focused on the market, because the truth is that I think about go with the same players.
Thank you.
Thank
Rob.
you.
Jose, after your 2 wins in the last week, do you sense that the team, the club, have turned the corner?
No. I think Chelsea's a big club, and big clubs, they have difficult moments, and big clubs they cope with difficult moments, and they try to build again, to have good moments again. So no problem.
Do you accept that on Sunday you have an advantage because Tottenham were playing last night in Azerbaijan, long trip back, not too many of their first choice players were rested? Is that an advantage, a big advantage?
No.
Why not?
Because we played the Champions League semi-final against Atletico Madrid in 1 week. We play Wednesday and we play Tuesday. In the middle of these two matches, we had to play against Liverpool, and our country decided that it was not a problem for us to play Saturday or Sunday. So we played Sunday before the second leg of the Champions League, which is the biggest competition in the world. So if this country in that moment decide that it was not a problem for Chelsea, why is it a problem now for Tottenham? And that Champions League semi-final was in the end of the season, where the legs, they are a bit heavier than November, and was not a problem for us, it's not a problem for Tottenham.
And have you been surprised by the progress that Harry Kane has showed in the last couple of seasons? Did you always earmark him as a player of enormous potential?
I didn't know him when he was not playing in the first team. I only noticed him when he started playing in the first team, and obviously it's not difficult to feel a good striker.
Alison.
Jose, just going back onto what Rob was saying, at that time when you were talking about the semi-final, you were complaining yourself about it. Is this something that you think does need to be done?
It's something I don't want to comment.
Do you have some sympathy though for Mauricio Pochettino?
No.
Do you think then, it could provide a bit of inspiration perhaps for the Chelsea players, the fact that they know that Tottenham don't have as much time to prepare. I think 1 day instead of 3.
Look, and when we play Champions League and we play against a team that is not involved in the European competitions, we play against Dynamo Kiev, and 2 days later we play against Stoke, and Stoke didn't play in the Champions League or in the Europa League. So it's even a situation that creates even a bigger difference, because we played this week, and when you play Saturday and then Thursday, you have a long time to recover from Thursday to the previous match. When you play Saturday and then you play Tuesday, you are immediately in accumulation. You are already in overload. And then even if you have a longer period to rest for the next match, you accumulate in the first 2 matches. So this story is a story that doesn't convince me, and is a story that or we have a solution for everyone, or we don't have a solution for anyone. And for example, in Italy, in Germany, in Portugal, there is a solution for everyone. You play Tuesday in the Champions League, knockout. You play Friday in your league. You play in Europa League on the Thursday. Then you play the Monday. There are rules to everyone. So in here, I think it's the same for everyone.
Something that perhaps would help is a winter break. I think in the past you've said that that's something you wouldn't like to see.
Look, but I think you know already that what I think is not important. You know,
People think it is important.
it isn't important. If it's important, it's to do exactly the opposite thing that I think. So my opinion is not important. You know.
Could I just ask you one question then about Pochettino's youth policy, the way that he's brought so many players through, particularly England players as well? Is that something that you have great admiration for? I think it's something like 10 out of the last 20 England debutants have been under Mauricio Pochettino. Is that something that you have great admiration for? Because I know that you'd like to build a legacy.
Depends on the conditions to do it. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't.
Matt.
Jose, how is Cesc Fabregas? Showed a picture of his toe. It looked quite
Good.
He's fine.
Yeah.
And what's Ramirez's injury? What's the nature of the injury?
A little muscular injury. He slides on the pitch in training, and he has a little, I would not say a muscular injury, I would say a pre-injury. So, does he have a chance? He has a chance.
On transfers, would you like Chelsea to go about their business quietly, perhaps in contrast to the summer?
I don't think we go to
Yeah,
business.
Go to any business at all?
I don't think. It's still 1 month to go, but I don't think.
And if you do buy any players, if you do decide to change any players, what does the mentality of players have to be like to come to Chelsea?
I'm not waiting to go. I don't think we go.